Hello, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. It is still pretty early in the morning, so I'm hoping I don't have like my tired voice still going on, but I probably do a little. Today I'm here for my January wrap up and I'm excited to do this one because I had a great start to the year, great month, and yeah, let's get into it. Firstly, we are back tracking my spending for 2023. So I bought 3 things in the month of January. I spent $24.20 and here are those things. Firstly, I bought The Body Keeps the Score. I did order this directly from Amazon. I spent $12.20 on this book and I am currently reading this with some friends, so this one's getting off my list right away, and that's why I did buy it through Amazon. I needed it like right away. We were starting a buddy read. And then these next 2 books I bought from the same seller on a Facebook group, and I spent $6 each on these, and I got Well Traveled by Jen DeLuca. I'm getting to this very soon as well. This just came out in December, I think, so I was happy to see it and someone was selling it cheap. Yes, please. And then I also, from that seller, got Husband Material by Alexis Hall. I do own Boyfriend Material and I've been loving Alexis Hall, so I grabbed this one as well. So not a bad start to my spending at all. I got no book of the month and no other like subscription type things in January, so good to go. My heater just kicked on. I'm gonna go shut it off and be right back. Alright, let's start with my stats. I did read 12 books. I read 2,928 pages, which was 38 hours of reading time. My average reading speed was 77.1 pages an hour, which makes all of those stats above average from my averages from 2022. And the only thing that was below average from last year was I only listened to 7 hours of audiobook. I read 10 physical books, 1 audiobook, and 1 ARC, and the audiobook is actually what I DNF'd, so there's that. I owned 9 of these things. I acquired 1 thing, I got 1 from the library, and 1 was an ARC. I had, per usual, 4 adventure books, and then 3 romance, 2 mystery, 2 fantasy, and 1 contemporary. 5 of these books were adult, 3 were YA, and 4 were children's. 5 of them were published before 2010, 1 from 2010 to 2019, 5 again from 2020 to 2022, and 1 2023 release. For my ratings, I had 1 DNF, 1 2-star, 3 3-stars, 6 4-stars, and only 1 5-star, making my average rating for the month a 3.91. So now I'm gonna get into what the books were. As always, I'm going to continue to go from my least favorite to most favorite. So my 1 DNF was The Dragon's Promise by Elizabeth Lim. This is something out of my comfort zone in the first place, but I did really enjoy reading the first book with my book club about a year ago, but I just wasn't interested enough to get through this one. I think I had spent too much time away and all around just didn't care at this point. Then at 2 stars, I have a Magic Treehouse book, being Dingoes at Dinner Time. And my first 2 3-stars were also Magic Treehouse books, Revolutionary War on Wednesday and Civil War on Sunday. And my final 3-star was a 3.5-star, and it was The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This was my least favorite one in the series, but I still love this series. Overall, this one the most to me felt like unnecessarily long. I don't tend to love wartime, but I did really enjoy how this one ended. Then for my 4 stars, starting with that ARC that I had in my 2023 release, I read Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert, and this one was super cute. I don't read a lot of YA contemporary anymore, but for what this is and for its intended audience, I think this one was fantastic. I do think that Talia Hibbert should write more YA, even though I want the adult romance from her. I think this one was great. And then the final Magic Treehouse book for the month, Tigers at Twilight. These get rated solely on nothing, truly. My next 4-star was The Shelf This Book Club for the month, which was picked by Amy from A-Star Reads, and we read Finlay Donovan is Killing It by Elle Casamano. I think, again, that this is a really fun book. It by no means, I don't think, has the capability for me personally to even be a 5-star. I think going forward in the series, I don't see any of the books in the series pulling 5 stars from me, but they're so fun and I definitely plan on continuing the series. Then I have I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. I love Alice Oseman's writing. This was so fun. I got to buddy read it with Martine. I always think her characters are great, but the plot of this got a little silly, which is why I got 4 stars instead of 5 from me. There is like a band fan aspect, and yeah. Then I think both of these last two for me were technically 4.5 stars. I have The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. You haven't seen my vlog including this yet, so I don't want to say too much, but this is definitely something I recognize cannot be recommended to everybody, but I had a really good time. I think if you're sitting on this like I had been, like this has been sitting on my shelf since it was a book of the month pick in April of 2021, I would go ahead and pick it up, give it a try. You'll know by like probably 25% whether you could like this or not, so I ended up liking it. I'm glad to get it off of my never ending TBR pile. And then my last 2 books from the month are both by the same author and my 2 favorite books of the month. Firstly, still in that like 4.5 star range, I have Kiss Her Once for Me by Allison Cochran. This was truly just a really fun holiday romance. This was my first like finish of the year, so I am like, it's not the freshest thing in my mind, but I do just know that I really like the characters in this. I thought the plot was fun, and once again, I just don't think that holiday romance is done well very often, but this one made me happy. And finally, my 5-star of the month was The Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran. All I have to say about this is that I wanted them together so bad. Through reading this, I like had to know. I was waiting, like the anticipation of these two like spending time together, finally touching, like I just haven't had that feeling in so long, so this had to get a 5-star from me. I know that this has gotten like some mixed reviews, but the people who love it, and I'm definitely in that camp. So that was my January. Like I said, such a great start to the year. I'm hoping in February I can stick just as strong. I know it's a short month, but I'm trying my best so far. But thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!